Hey guys, this is TGA and you're watching the Great Amalganation News. Story 1.
So there's going to be a new Pokemon game. You knew this. Pokemon X and Y. They announced a new type. You knew this. It was the fairy type Pokemon. Jigglypuff turns out was a big fucking fairy the entire time. New Pokemon that they announced. 5. Story 2.
If you haven't been to your local comic book shop lately, well, you should get there because Marvel put out a new Dexter comic book. For those fans of the TV show, you should read the books because that is what they are based off of. The comics will be a continuation, or I think might be split in between bits and pieces of the book. I haven't gotten the chance to read it yet, but I definitely will, and you should too. And who thinks Dexter's going to die in the TV show? Put it down in the typey box thing. Story 3.
So Story 3 is about Halo 4. They announced the Champions Bundle at RTX. They announced a new mode which is going to be a lot like football. You got the ball.
Football!
Get some red meat beer snacks. So you got the ball. You're going to be chucking it to other players, kind of like Oddball does now. But there's going to be a scoring area on the map. You can score by walking the ball into the end zone. I'm going to call it the end zone for the football analogy. So you can walk it into the end zone to score, or just chuck the ball into the end zone. Another thing is they are adding more skins to the weapons. One that looked good was an assault rifle skin called Trauma. It looks like you just hit somebody with it and it's got blood coating it. They got a set of skins that give all of the weapons a steampunk look. Other thing, they're going to have more armor. They're going to have the janky armor from Halo Combat Evolved. I don't think it's going to have the same poly count, but the helmet looks like it's from that game, so that's kind of cool. They're going to bring back the ODST armor. They're going to bring back, well, it's not bringing back, they're putting in armor called Forerunner armor. Lots of really cool DLC coming. Other news in Halo 4, they're bringing back the pit. It's going to be called Pitfall. It's awesome. It's the pit. You liked the pit. If you didn't like the pit, you didn't play Halo 3, because everybody liked the pit. Story 4.
For your second bit of Marvel news, Hugh Jackman said, "I want to be an Avenger," and he got shot down. So he asked the liaison from Marvel who talks with the Sony people and the Fox people as to why that's not a thing, and he responded with, "Well, we're trying, but, you know, egos and money-making and things," and it makes sense. You know, Hugh Jackman wants to be a part of the Marvel Universe, and it sucks that the Marvel Universe got split up, but, finance-wise, why would you split the bill or split your check with other companies? So, long story short, we probably won't be seeing Hugh Jackman as Wolvie in the new Avengers movie. Story 5.
Everybody following the Xbox One knows that Microsoft completely changed the way that their product was being presented to the public. Originally, it was going to be a digital-only platform using discs only to install the digital copy for people that didn't want to actually take the time to download a title. That's been completely changed. Now it functions a lot like the 360 does currently, where you put the disc in, it checks to make sure that the disc is in there, but it's not actually playing off the disc anymore. Now, a petition went up online trying to get Microsoft to go back to the old DRM that they had, because people did not want to miss out on features such as the family sharing, the instant access to your games on different consoles, which you still have, so people are stupid there, and the instant switching, which you still have if you do digital downloads. Now, Mark Whitten has already said that family sharing is probably coming back, at least for digital games. And I want to stress that the people who are pushing for this petition aren't trying to meet everybody halfway. Microsoft fucked up when they didn't have an offline mode, because there's a lot of people, even in America, that don't have broadband internet, don't have consistent internet access, and to keep them from being able to play games is stupid. Microsoft then double fucked up by, instead of just adding in the ability to play with a offline as long as a disc was present, which they should have done. That should have been the only addition to the platform. You want to play offline? Alright, but you have to have the disc in the tray. Makes perfect sense. Yeah, technically, people could have got screwed out of a copy of a game, but if you think about it, family sharing was that times 10. So, I don't see that being that big of a deal for Microsoft, considering that family sharing was allowing people to share the game to 10 different people. Once again, it's probably coming back for digital releases, so not really that big of a deal. But all Microsoft had to do was make it so that in order to play offline, you had the disc in the tray. That's all they had to do. Instead, they took out almost all of the good features that were currently lined up for the Xbox One in order to put in one feature that should have been there from the get-go. Story 6.
For your next bit of news, what else? More Marvel, as 20th Century Fox purchased a domain name that sparked rumors that they will be making a movie based on an X-Men team called the X-Force. Fox not only admitted that that was going to be a thing, but also stated that they've already found a writer and they're looking to fill the director's chair. So you can expect the next X-Men set of movies to be not just what you have been seeing, but a future with Cable and other people. And I only hope that maybe they forget that they did that Deadpool thing in that Wolverine movie that was apparently a thing. Because I don't count that as Deadpool. He needs a mouth. The reason I say this is because with the X-Force coming in and Cable being one of the members of the X-Force, I hope that you see a real true-to-heart Deadpool. Maybe Ryan Reynolds, because he's wishing for it so badly, and I do have kind of a man crush on Ryan Reynolds, so I'm going to be okay with it. But I want to see Deadpool and Cable have some live-action, silver screen, verbal love-making together. That would be sweet. Marvel! You're just everywhere today, aren't you? Upcoming games.
So, Dynasty Warriors 8 is coming out. You can tap the A button over and over and over and over and over again. It's on all of the platforms, except for the Ouya. This game coming out called Turbo Super Stunt Squad. It's for all the platforms. Mamoru-kun Curse for the PS3. It's one of those Japanese games. Speaking of Japanese games, Time and Eternity is coming out. It's also on the PS3. It's also a Japanese game. Shin Megami Tensei 4 is coming out for the 3DS. Fucking love those games. Mystic Chronicles is coming out for the PlayStation Portable. You still got one of those, don't you? I got mine. Still got the Sky 1 in it. The only game I bought for it. Serious Sam Collection's coming out for PC, so you can play Serious Sam games on your PC.
This has been TGA giving you the news you need to know and some other stuff you may not need to know. I have a mic in my face. You now have permission to dig it! Dig it!